Hello everyone, welcome to this, which is our live stream from behind the scenes at Irish Dreamin. So at the inaugural Irish Dreamin here, we are, it's 8 a.m. Dublin time, we are just having people finish setting up and start moseying in. So I'm sat here up in the top corner. Let me just quickly give you a view. So we're up here on the mezzanine. We have lots of lovely breakfast ready for people. And as you can see downstairs, we have the entire audience area and then over to the main stage. So it's a fantastic layout. We're really excited to be here, and as people start coming in, we're going to have some people come over and start talking to us as they come in and tell us what they're excited about today, ready for the inaugural event. So Irish Dreamin is the first dreaming event live in the Republic of Ireland, and it's here in Dublin, in Dunleary, which is just a little bit south. You'll excuse me just keeping an eye out for people to come in and talk to us. And what's really special about the Dreaming events is they are run by the Salesforce community for the Salesforce community. So whereas you have lots of large events like the World Tour, like Dreamforce, like TDX, which was last week, which are run by Salesforce, the Dreaming events are all run, organized, and set up by the local community. So we have a number of local developer and user group leaders here, MVPs, and people that are just really involved with the community in Ireland that have got together and decided to set up this event. And last night, a bunch of us were really fortunate enough to be able to go to the Salesforce Tower in Dublin, which I think was moved into 3 years ago. And we got a lovely tour from some of the Salesforce team around the tower's sustainability, its history. So it's part of what's called the Red Brick Building. Is part of it that's built up there. We managed to meet a bunch of the Salesforce team. They were very gracious hosts and talk through us the live columns they've got there that help keep the tower sustainable. We learned about the bee colony. So the Salesforce Tower in Dublin has a colony of somewhere around 100,000 bees that they use to pollinate local flowers. And a bunch of the tech companies here on their different buildings have these beehives, and they cross-pollinate using local flowers, and Salesforce are expecting their first batch of Salesforce honey from the Dublin bees this year. So it was a great night last night. Got to meet lots of the other speakers, got to have, as I say, a lovely tour of the Salesforce Tower. We ended up going for a couple of drinks on a boat on the river right next to the tower, which was quite a nice experience as well, getting to look out. And then this morning we are here for the main event. So yeah, everyone's just starting to filter in. Some of the partners we have here today that we'll be talking to throughout the day. So we have people like Develop, we have Conveyor, Provar, we have Salto, OneMerge, Titan I've seen, Test Sigma, lots and lots of organizations coming to support the event. And obviously, I know from the Irish Dreamin team, they want to thank you for watching along now and supporting the event virtually, and hopefully you can enjoy some of it. So if we just, again, have a look around, we can see that there's lots of people starting to filter in. I'm sure we'll get a couple of people over in a moment to come and speak to us. So why am I here at Irish Dreamin? So I am doing a talk later on, which is on learning Sokol, but it's a murder mystery. So some of the, there's a variety of different talks going on today. I've just got the schedule here in front of me. We've got talks on Apex, data quality, formulas, agent force, hidden costs, working with managed packages, non-profit org, BA and AI, becoming a super Salesforce admin. Lots and lots of different talks going on through the day from a variety of different speakers. But my one, as I mentioned, is on Sokol, and it's a murder mystery around Sokol. So we're going to have an interactive event where people are going to be, I'm going to have a few people come up. They're going to have to do some acting and play some parts. I'm going to be acting and playing a part as well. But as we go through the session with different people playing their parts, we're going to learn Sokol. We're going to have people understand how you can start writing Sokol. And so if you're a Salesforce admin, keep an eye out for the recording of that if it comes out. But also, if you're watching the channel, if you head over onto the YouTube channel, you can find a live session that we did in December. Myself, Peter, and Emily Todd, who is around and hopefully will come and say hello to us in a minute, in which we did a 2-hour session on Sokol for admins. So it's really a built-out version of that we're going through and doing today. in a murder mystery, because I thought it'd be something a bit different, a bit more interactive, and a bit fun as well. So thank you everyone for dialing in, whether you're on LinkedIn or whether you're on YouTube. Please drop us a little hello. Let me know where you're dialing in from and where you're joining us from. Obviously, it's great that we have the ability for you to be here and joining us, even though you can't necessarily make it to Dublin yourself. So yeah, it's going to be a good event. I'm really looking forward to it. I personally really enjoy the dreaming events. I find they're a lot more intimate, is probably the word I'm going to use, than something like Dreamforce or TDX, where there is, 20, 30,000, 100,000 people, and it's very easy to get lost in the group and not know who's there, who you'll be able to see, and very easy to just get lost within all of that. With an event like this, I think today there's something like 375, 380 people coming, which is a far more intimate event. You can definitely bump into a lot more people, make a lot more friends, and meet up with a lot more people versus an event where there's 120,000 people. And whilst the Ohana is a very friendly, chatty place, I think anyone would struggle to meet all 120,000 people in a few days, especially to try and remember their names. So again, drop us a note in the comments. Let me know where you're watching in from today, and we'll make sure to say hello to you and give you a little shout out as well. Let me just go back and show you a little bit of what's going on downstairs at the moment and see some of the background. So we've got some of the guys coming in here who are just setting up. Down there, we can see people like Jorgen, one of the organizers, just carrying around some boxes and setting up, and everyone's getting ready to come in and get started for the day. So I'm sure we'll start seeing people trickle in very shortly and come over and see us. So some of the other things we learned yesterday in the Salesforce Tower Tour is that Salesforce's Irish office was the first office outside of North America that was launched. It was launched 25 years ago this year. So Salesforce Ireland and Salesforce Dublin are having a lot of celebrations going on for their 25th anniversary. So keep an eye out for any of those going on as you see them throughout the rest of the year. You can start to see some people coming in now, so I'm sure we'll get some coming over to speak to us in a second. Apologies if you can hear some of the noise in the background. That's just lots of lovely food and drink is coming and being brought out for breakfast as well. So we'll probably hear some people enjoying that in the background as we go. So, what else have we got going on throughout today? So there's a full day's worth of sessions. I'm not sure if all of them are being recorded or some of them are being recorded, but I'm sure the organisers will share whatever they can with everyone as they go. We then separately got a series of evening events. There'll be an after party, and I know a bunch of people are staying for the weekend to enjoy themselves in Dublin. It's one of the great cities. Hey, Sridhar, thank you for joining us wherever you are from, and thank you for dialing in to join us at Irish Dreamin. So yeah, it's great that we have people dialing in from all over the world to enjoy it, to join us and enjoy the event with us. And yeah, I'm just trying to catch the eye of a couple of people I can see milling around without jumping around, but we'll do so in a second. So yeah, the events are really good for allowing you to see other places. So a list of upcoming events, if you are looking to travel around and see, there's Polish Dreaming very shortly. These are the EMEA ones I know of. There's a lot in the US as well, and also in other continents. So there's Polish Dreaming. There's an architecting conference in London. There is London's Calling. There is Dream Ole in Spain. We have Portugal Dreaming, which is coming soon this year as well. There's French Touch Dreaming at the end of the year. There's Dubai Dreaming. There is North Africa Dreaming. There's India Dreaming. There's a lot of different dreaming events you can go to. So if you are looking to go to an event where you can definitely network with people, collaborate with people, meet more people in a more intimate and friendly setting, then dreaming events are a great way to do so. And I highly recommend having a look out there to see what you can find in terms of event local to you. So let's just see if that's one of the people we can catch to come up here. We'll keep an eye out for him in a sec. But yeah, sorry, it's one of the things One of the interesting positions is I'm up on this mezzanine, so we've got the wonderful view over everywhere. We just need to kind of catch some eyes as people are coming up and making their way through. But we'll do so in a second. So yeah, so one of the things that we'll also be doing today on Cloudbytes TV is going around and talking to a bunch of the exhibitors, excuse me, a bunch of the speakers and a bunch of the attendees, just in kind of a more informal one-on-one session. So hopefully in a minute we'll have some people come and have a chat to us here. Then following that as well, we'll also have a series of kind of just quick chats throughout the day. So hopefully you can get to learn from some of the exhibitors what they're doing. It'll all be posted up onto the Cloudbytes TV LinkedIn feed. That's the easiest way to post it. So follow the LinkedIn feed. If you're not following us on LinkedIn, head over there now and do that throughout the day. And then, you'll be able to find out what the exhibitors are doing, what they're sharing, what they're talking about, what different people have enjoyed. And obviously, you'll be able to follow that all as we go throughout the day as well. One of the things that's really important about these events is having exhibitors come and sponsor and support them. So I know on behalf of the entire team, they wanted to send a big thank you to all the sponsors and exhibitors today, because that is how they pay for these things. That's how they keep them running. And without people, dedicating their time, coming and seeing the value here, they wouldn't be able to come and recognize, wouldn't be able to run the event. These things cost money. This is a lovely hotel we're in, but it costs money for them to run it in this hotel. And so, it's very, very important that we can keep on doing so and have these lovely events all around the world. So if you are someone who runs a partner, whether it's an ISV partner, an SI partner, or you're just an individual consultant who wants to come and attend and speak at these events, please do so, because the support you give these events allows people to run them and do them, and they're fantastic events out there. So, I remember the first London's Calling was quite a small event. Again, sort of probably 200, 300 people, and last year I think that had 800. So these events grow and grow and grow. They're for the community and by the community, so please make sure you go and support them. And if you are a partner or a sponsor, a partner or an ISV or an SI partner, just a company looking at whether or not they're good to sponsor, they're definitely great. And make sure I've sponsored a few myself in the past. Happy to chat with anyone who's wanted to know what value you can get from them. And I know that the sponsors today, as we go around and talk to them, will tell you about how great they are and how much value they're getting out of them as well. So we can see that we've got some attendees starting to come in now, as the rest of the group are starting to fill out. So we'll grab some people in a second as they come through, and we'll start to get some interviews and get some people's opinions on what's happening. Whilst we're here, excuse me, I just want to share briefly other things we're going to be doing on Cloudbytes TV coming up. So in 2 weeks' time, we're going to have our regular return to our live streams, myself and Peter, where we're going to continue building our Salesforce CLI plugin. So make sure you are following along. Make sure you're subscribing on YouTube if you're not subscribed already, to come along and ensure that you get notified about that. We're also going to be running a series of discussion groups. So this is something that Peter and I and a couple of others are working on in the background, something to keep aware of, where effectively we're going to have these wonderful little conversations where we discuss a topic in detail, and we sort of debate and discuss the merits of it and the goods and the bads, the pros and the cons, and try and come to a sensible central point, so that we can have an open conversation topic, discussion around a topic where myself and another person, or Peter and another person, or me and Peter might disagree about it. We'll take different sides of the debate, and then we can see at the end where we come to as a consensus point to work together on it. Because I think that, within today's kind of world that's largely social media driven, there is often a lack of that kind of nuanced discussion. Last night, for example, I was having a great discussion with Robert Soseman, who hopefully will get up here in a bit to chat to us. And Robert and I were talking about agents and AI and how far they're ready to be deployed or not be deployed. And Robert and I started off at not different ends of the spectrum, but with different viewpoints. And by having a good, robust conversation together in a respectful manner, we both now understand each other's viewpoints much better and definitely have moved, I would say, closer to the middle. And so we're going to be running sessions like that where we can have those conversations in depth and get people's viewpoints and ideas on them. And then similarly, there's always the podcast we've got coming out, extra episodes. Again, there's not a podcast episode this week because I'm here. Excuse me. Excuse me for that. So there's not a podcast episode here this week because I'm here. But there will be an episode in a couple of weeks' time. We've got a great bunch of speakers lined up. So we're going to looking to talk to some developers, some architects, some people who've got books launching, some people who've just launched books, some people who are very well known in the ecosystem for some of their work in promoting others and kind of building up kind of separate ecosystems to help other people get into Salesforce. And so I'm really excited about a bunch of those things we've got coming, and just wanted to make sure that I'm sharing with everyone what's coming down the line, so you can make sure to subscribe, make sure to stay updated, and if there's anything in particular you want to see, please let us know, and we can make sure that we're producing things that people want to see, as well as kind of sharing things that we think are interesting and that you might want to see. So yeah, we're starting to fill up downstairs now, which is cool. So hopefully we'll get a few more people trickling up that I can grab in a second. And yeah, we can start to get some interviews going on. Because one of the things I want to do is allow anyone who's not here to meet some of the people that are coming along today, meet some of the people that are speaking, and get a bit of their opinions on things. So I think there might be a couple of guys coming up in a second who we can grab hold of. Just watching how people are opening up. So yeah, and this is one of the reasons we're doing this today is obviously this being the first Irish event. Just wanted to try and support them in any way we can by giving a way for people to participate virtually, as you are doing now, without having to be here, and just follow along. So if anyone's got any questions, please send them in. We can have a chat as we're going through and answer any questions as we go along. But yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a very good day with lots of people talking through lots of exciting sessions. The other thing that I'm able to announce and talk about a little bit on the stream whilst we wait for a couple more people to come up and talk to us is a new app that I have launching in partnership with Both at 12 for data scoring. If you're a Salesforce admin or someone who works in marketing or sales or really with any of the apps, and you're interested in being able to provide custom scores on your data that you can then trigger actions from. So it could be a lead score, could be a data quality score, could be a data completeness score, could be a score that drives sort of next best actions. We have a new product coming out called Scoring Made Easy that you can use to help build out those scores, help you classify your data, and help you move it through your data's life cycle, and help you improve your data quality overall within your organization. So very excited to be working with that and having that released soon as well. So there's lots going on, and yeah, if you're interested in any of those things, you can find me on LinkedIn and find those on there. There's a couple of people just filtering up, so we'll see if we can grab one of them in a second when they come through, just to come and say hello to us. It's funny, we're one of the things about trying to plan a live stream like this at an event, especially where it's the first event, is figuring out the timing of where people are going to be and when. It's how people are grabbing their badges, how people are filtering through. So you'll excuse me a little bit for the fact we haven't had anyone just yet, but I think we've got a few people who are about to come up. And we can see if we can grab someone, which would be good to do so. But yeah, it's going to be a good event. Going to be great to see a lot of people coming and supporting the Irish community, and hopefully we'll have a good day full of lots of interesting talks from different people out there. And when we do, yeah, again, if you've never been to one of these events before, I highly recommend going to them, trying to attend them, and see what is happening at these events, because they're a fantastic way of supporting the Salesforce community where it's based, and also supporting kind of the local community, local economy as well. So obviously us there being an event in Dublin that a bunch of people like myself have flown in for and are attending, it's good for not just good for obviously coming to Salesforce and seeing people at Salesforce, but it's also good for the local economy, for local people, for local developer groups and others to get to see more people and get to share their ideas and thoughts a little bit. So make sure you come along and make sure you attend these events as much as you can. So, just going to see if I know they're just heading out the way. There's a few sponsors, sorry, that are just still finally setting up and sorting things out. So we're still waiting for a couple of people to just be let in. But as you can see, it's starting to look nicely. Well, I think we're just going to get the TV on behind us as well. It is starting to fill up nicely downstairs. And let me just give you another quick view of where we are and what everyone's doing. So we're up here on the mezzanine. And again, for those who have just joined us, you can see we have a fantastic view over the entire sponsor exhibit area. That's the main keynote stage area down there. And then we have partners like Titan setting up. We have Test Sigma, Develop, Salto. Down below us is Elements, Cloud. So lots and lots of people coming in, setting up and supporting the local community. So just place you back down there. Line you back up nice and straight. There we go. Ooh. So the other thing that's important to do today is to thank our hosts, which is the Royal Marine Hotel. So the Royal Marine Hotel is here in Dunleary. It's a fantastic venue. It's right on the seafront. So there's yesterday, a few of us went for a fantastic walk. Got to see some of the local area. Very, very pretty. It was nice to be able to go out and experience different locations and places like that. So again, another good reason to come to these events. But yeah, so thank you to the Royal Marine team who feeding us very well and keeping us hydrated. Right next to me at the moment is all of the breakfast food. So you can see here a fantastic spread, and there's a bunch of tables with all of this on around. So it's I'll be honest, I can smell it at the moment, and it's very, very enticing as I'm sat here talking to yourselves, struggling not to go over and grab myself breakfast. But this is not a channel where people want to come and see me eat live. This is a channel where people want to come and hear about Salesforce. So I can see a few more attendees start to trickle in now. So we'll try and grab some people in a second. Let's just see if we can grab Ellie. She's going the other direction. There'll be a few people coming up in a second. It's cool. In fact, we'll try and grab one of the guys from Titan in a second, as they're wandering around, see if one of them wants to come up and come over. Is he going to come? Nope. I think they're going to run. They're running away. This is the kind of slightly mad part of the morning where everyone's getting organised, getting ready, and kind of getting going. And I can tell you from having done these events, no matter how well organised you think you are the night before, how well set up you think you are with everything down there, you're never ready bang on the time that you think you're going to be. There's always something you've forgotten, always something you're missing or haven't remembered to add in. So yeah, it's always fun, kind of running around the morning of just finishing getting set up. But yeah, so yeah, it's exciting to be here. It's a nice location, nice event. I've been to trying to think now. I think so. Been to Delhi, been to Dublin, London, Madrid, Malaga. Where else have I been for these events? Yeah, been to 6 or 7 different cities and locations for different dreaming events. And so they are a really good way of going out there and meeting new people and seeing different locations as well. So, and there's always someone from the community who is local who can help, give you a guide, take you around to places you might not know. Obviously, you can see the big tourist events in areas, but it allows you to go and kind of see places perhaps a little bit more off the beaten path. That'll allow you to kind of experience a slightly different side of it. We have someone from Titan here who's going around handing out bags. I'm wondering if they want to come over and say hello to us. So Come and have a sit down. Ben, is it?
Yeah, Ben.
Cool, nice to meet you, Ben.
Nice to meet you, Paul.
So, Ben, we're part of what we're doing with the Irish Dreaming team is live streaming for this hour as people come in. And we're going around and talking to all of the vendors later on. So we'll have you on, one of your colleagues on later on. So, but yeah, tell everyone who's watching. So tell us a little bit about Titan. Tell us why you've come to Irish Dreaming. Tell us what you're looking forward to here.
Yeah, of course. So Titan is a no-code solution for Salesforce. So anything from generating documents to building out web forms and web portals without any custom development. We have it all under the hood. And we're here at Irish Dreamin today because I think we're having a really big push in Ireland at the moment. We're putting on a lot of community events, and yeah, we thought this would be a great event to get involved, get part of the demo jam, and yeah, all the lovely organisers invited us to come out today.
So tell us a little bit more about the demo jam. So for people that aren't familiar with the demo jam, because I've seen Titan at you did London's Calling last year at the demo jam as well. So give people a little flavour of what a demo jam is and how they work.
So a demo jam is a 3-minute snippet of a demo to, trying to wow as many people as possible in 3 minutes. And also we have judges that are going to vote. And this year, I believe there's a bit of a twist. There's a Wheel of Fortune before the demo jam.
Oh, wow.
So there might be a nice surprise in there.
A few things to keep people on their toes. Super.
Yeah.
Nice. And is this your first streaming event, or did you go?
This is my first streaming event now.
Okay, cool, nice. So have you been to any other Salesforce events before?
Yeah, I've been to a few during the week, and I've been to a few of the Agent Force events. But yeah, look forward to this one today.
Fantastic. Well, go and grab one of your bags, and we can hold it up so people can see what you're going around with. Super. So
if you're at the event today or you are seeing any pictures, we won't be missed anyway. Pink all over the place.
Yep, super. All right. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, have a great day, and I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah.
So that was Ben from Titan. Titan are one of the sponsors down there, and as Ben mentioned, do a lot of work with kind of no-code, low-code solutions for building out forms and things. So again, great to see companies like Titan come and support the local community, support events like this, as it's really, really important to do so. It's great to see more people coming in and supporting these events as they grow and as they get bigger and bigger. We'll try and grab a couple of people. I can see a few people coming up now and filtering through for breakfast. Oh, and the lighting is just changing for us, as you can see in the background. So with the demo jam that Ben was just talking about, excuse me, the demo jam started off a few years ago as a way. We have Paul is en route to the event now. Come and say hello to us, Paul, when you get here. Make sure you pop upstairs. So with the demo jams, they're designed to be a way to allow organizations to give the quick kind of elevator pitch of their app so that you can see a great use case, you can tell a story around it, and as Ben mentioned, it should be in under 3 minutes. So, and over the years, the demo jam, the way people have gone through the demo jams has changed and I suppose leveled up throughout the years. So we've had at London's Calling one year, there were people rapping. I've seen people kind of do sort of all sorts of things. There was a dance one year. There's been songs. There's been a lot of wonderful kind of play acting sort of scenarios. So lots and lots of different ways in which people work with these demo jams to convey their message quickly and help you understand how it's going to work. Yeah, how you can use their app in a couple of minutes. So if you, excuse me, if you get a chance to go and see a demo jam, definitely go along and see one. See how people can share their apps. If you are an ISV provider yourselves or work for an ISV provider, I really recommend demo jams as a great way of trying to see how quickly you can distill what it is your app does so that people can understand exactly how it works, how you can use it, and kind of what the use cases are for your app quickly and easily. So I was part of a couple of demo jams, and I can tell you as well that 3 minutes is a very short time for you to be able to sit down and convey your message end to end and share exactly what's going on. So yeah, really important things for you to be able to see, and great to see people coming and doing them. The Wheel of Fortune's a different aspect this year. I think that's going to be a way of helping ensure that people stay on their toes and keep themselves busy, so that you can keep it fresh, keep it going on. Because yeah, it's always good to have a random element in there to help mix it up and keep people fresh and moving. So yeah, people are starting to come in a little bit more now. You can see people coming in. Just do another quick scan for you so you can start to see how the event's looking now. So for those who have been watching all the way through, you've probably seen a little bit how it's gone and how it's now being built out with all of the bright, wonderful colours here. And then later on, in about, what time are we on now? In about half an hour, this will be full with around 300 attendees all coming and sitting down for our keynote. And our keynote speaker today, I'm just going to quickly check the schedule as I can't remember off my head. Our keynote today is on AI in the enterprise, navigating innovation and ethics. And I think one of our keynote speakers is in fact in front of me. Kumar, do you want to come over and say hello to our live stream? So we have here Kumar from Salesforce. So Kumar, nice to meet you. It's Paul. Thank you. So tell us, so first of all, welcome to Irish Dreaming.
Thank you.
And so you're part of the Salesforce team, right?
No, I work for Dell.
Okay.
We are the biggest implementation of Salesforce platform in the enterprise world.
Oh, wow.
So I'm here to represent Dell and how did we implement Salesforce in Dell.
Okay, cool. And so can you give us a little bit of a... So we've got... these are... What we're doing is we're live streaming for people who weren't able to make it to Dublin sadly today. So can you give people a little bit of a flavour of what you're going to be talking about as part of the keynote, and kind of any kind of interesting take-home messages that people might...
Sure. So what the topic I'm talking about is how do we implement AI using Salesforce in the private world, private sector rather. So the challenges we face, the type of how do you decide which use case is right use case, which solution would be the right solution, on-prem, off-prem, what are the skill set challenges, how do you navigate from that, how do you change the mindset, rather than solving the problem through the typical flow or LWC component, why not use RAG and data models to solve the problem. It's a different way of thinking of a problem statement and the solution. So I'm here to share all those experiences. We started our journey 2 years ago in AI. So kind of we're ahead in a lot of aspect, and we have been working with the Salesforce from day one. So we kind of know what are the challenges enterprise faces when they try to implement either the agent force or any of the AI component with the Salesforce, or even internally. So a lot of people trying to do AI internally as well. What are the challenges you face? How do you navigate through challenges? So that's the key focus of my topic today.
Fantastic. And obviously, are you going to be around for the full day, I assume, attending some sessions? So
Yes.
any particular sessions that have caught your eye, or?
There are two sessions I'm thinking about attending. Is one, I just saw there is a AI for the leadership. I would like to understand how others are seeing it. Because one of the, as I said, mindset shift is one of the key for the AI implementation. And a lot of people forget technology does not do automatically. You have to adopt.
Yes.
And adaptability is not something comes naturally. A lot of people think, oh, there's a message coming, just adopt the message. You have to understand the message, and the leadership plays quite a crucial role into that. So we had that challenge in our side. I want to see how the others, customers, other partners are suggesting. So that's one area, and then another one I am interested to see how are we solving the voice problem. Say, for example, live streaming. So, like for example, I'm talking to you. There's a voice packet going. You can do a sentiment analysis. You can do the real-time guidance. Oh, he's saying this way, so that means these are the things we have to worry about, concerned about, right? The challenge in that area is you're dependent on the telecom technologies, and telecom technology is not yet fully evolved and caught up with the technology world. So how do you take the the legacy technology and work with the AI in that case. So that's the another area I'm personally interested in.
Oh, fantastic! So lots of AI for you today, then.
Yeah, lots.
Lots of AI. Fantastic. Is this your first dreaming event? Or?
Yes, just my first.
Oh, fantastic! Well, it's a good event to come to. It's nice to. I was just saying to people, it's important for everyone to come along and support these events.
Yeah,
and come in there.
I'm very excited. I didn't know that it would be this crowded.
I know.
So it's pretty packed of house. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Exactly. I mean, we can see more and more people starting to dribble in and stream in, and so yeah, I think we're gonna have about 350 people sat down for the keynote earlier. So yeah, not to worry, but there'll be 350 people watching. So.
Yeah, let's. It's a bit of a butterfly feeling. So one of the person was asking me, "How do you feel?" I said, "It feels like I'm going to go for exam."
Yes.
So yeah, but I hope I will enjoy, and I hope I will be able to share my experience with you all to for you to benefit from.
Oh no, I'm looking forward to it, and well, yeah, I'm sure it'll be a fantastic thing, and I'm sure you'll be a great speaker. So no, thank you very much for coming and talking to us. No, it's lovely to see you, and yeah, speak to you soon. So that was one of our keynote speakers there talking to us today as well. So one of the things, again, to just remind everyone is that people are coming from all over to these events to give their experience, to share these things, and often these are stories and experiences and feedback on their experiences that you'll only get at these events. So you wouldn't go, like the story there from Dell, you may see parts of that at a Dreamforce stage or a Dreamforce event or a world tour, but getting the level of interaction to be able to go and talk to the speakers at the same level, getting the level of detail is definitely something that's really kind of more likely to occur at a dreaming event. So again, another good reason for you to come through here and see such events. And obviously, it's also good for to hear these different viewpoints and for speakers to come along and learn as well. I'm looking forward to. There's a couple of sessions today that I'm looking forward to. So there's one by Pablo Gonzalez on Clean Apex code. So Pablo has a book coming out soon. Hopefully, we can grab Pablo when he turns up to talk to us a little bit. But Pablo's got a new book coming out, which I'm fortunate enough to have read and written a foreword for. And it's a great book on Clean Apex, on how you use Apex, how you work with Apex in better ways. Anyone who's followed the channel or followed me for any period of time knows that Apex is a real kind of passion area of mine. So fantastic to see that talk and how it's going. I know that Robert Sosman has a talk today on using AI as a developer and how to work with AI better. So I think that's going to be good to see that one. I'm just having a look through the quick look through the schedule for a couple of the others that I was working for, all looking forward to. Obviously, there's my talk that I'm very much looking forward to doing and sharing. There's a couple of talks on managed packages. One of the ones that I think is going to be really good to see is from Todd on building your first code builder and VS Code extension. I've not. One of the things that Peter and I have spoken about a few times is trying to consider building a VS Code extension as part of the live streams. So very interested to see what Todd shares there. Might even see if we can get Todd to join us on one of the live streams to help us build that. So watch this space. That's an idea that's come to me, and we'll see what we can do for it. Again, thank you very much for everyone who's dialing in and joining us and watching along. Again, please let us know where you're watching from. It's always great to hear where people are watching in from and able to enjoy and experience the community event from, because as I mentioned, these events are for the Salesforce community and run by the Salesforce community. So if you're joining us from, you might be, might not be in Dublin, you might be in the UK, you might be further afield, you might be somewhere on the mainland Europe, you might be somewhere on in the US, you might be over in India or down in Africa. So wherever you're from, please let us know and definitely come and join us. And thank you for joining us today on this event. I think I've just seen. Let's see if we can grab Todd as he comes upstairs. I hope he's gonna. I haven't got my phone as I'm using my phone to stream. Otherwise, I would kind of message him and tell him to lock up. But he is not currently doing so. So we'll keep an eye out for him. Excuse me. That man in the golden hoodie. You see the chap in the golden hoodie there?
Yep.
Could you just ask him to come up here?
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you. Our friend at the from one of the staff members here is going to help us grab Todd's attention to get him to come up and speak to us. As we're a little bit out of the way here, so it is kind of difficult for some of us for us to catch people's attention unless they come up just around. So we'll grab Todd to come up, and then we'll get a few more people in. I'm just wondering if he's actually going to look up or not. If not, my friend, our helpful staff member, will grab him for us. 1 second, I can see him. Just going to nudge him. Yeah. So again, it's a nice event today. Having lots and lots of exciting people come and talk to us. Hopefully, getting lots more interviews with different people, and also things that you won't see. So yeah, he'll be coming up. Yeah. Thank you. He's caught his attention. He'll be up in a second. So hopefully, again, as we go throughout the day, we'll get some more kind of ad hoc interviews with people. So again, if you're not following Cloud Bytes TV on LinkedIn, make sure to do so, and then you can keep up to date with any of the updates as we're kind of posting them live. And again, thank you for joining us and watching live this morning. Hopefully the noise is not too bad as well. I'm just checking the levels, aware that there is kind of 300 people now starting to pour in and starting to talk. So apologies if the background noise is building and building for us. We'll also try and catch a few more people in a second, because I can see more and more people filter in for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick 30-second break while I just go and grab some more liquid as my throat is drying up, and then we'll have another person there. So if you give me, hopefully 30 seconds, I'm just going to grab a drink. Sorry. Sorry about that. Back now, right, with some liquid refreshment to help my voice. It's one of the problems with live streaming for an hour and talking for an hour is you will end up with a dry throat. So I think we've got a few people on their way up, hopefully to come and see us in a second, which would be cool. So, in fact, I can see Todd's making his way over to us now. So we'll have a couple of people come and join us shortly. And these are a variety of people that are people within the Salesforce ecosystem. Some are speakers, some are event organizers. It's always good to have these people around and sharing with us. And again, thank you for joining us and coming along this morning and sharing your experience, sharing the experience with us as we dial in. The event today is, so I know that one of the things that the organizers were really keen to do today as well was to make sure that the event kind of really focused on a good combination of new speakers as well as existing speakers. So not just the same old voices and names that you get at every event, but having new speakers as well, particularly people who perhaps are from Ireland and from the community. So again, if you are near one of these events, then you can have someone come over and make sure that you're talking to them. Yeah, cool. So here you go. We've got someone coming to join us now. We're going to go from having no one to having two, which is wonderful. Go on, both come over. It's fine. So we have here Claire Jones and go on, Todd, join in as well. We can line you all up. So if we shuffle around, Todd's, we're all friends here.
Sit on my laptop.
Oh, I will come in here.
I'd be very
down.
I'm holding the bacon sandwich.
It's all right. 1 minute. Let's make sure we can get Todd in. So welcome to the stream, guys. So we are. I told Todd this last night, but he probably can't remember. How are you feeling this morning? All right.
All good.
All good. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't too crazy an evening, was it?
No, it was very restrained, and it was a lovely evening. Actually.
Yes, I was telling people about how nice it was going up into the tower and seeing the living columns, and just getting to experience another Salesforce tower.
Yeah. Well, this is only my second one, so I'm not quite as travelled as you, Paul.
Well, the thing is, I've been to 2 Dublin towers now because they've moved. So this was the new one. So like the old one was far more glass and metal. Like this one was quite nice and like it's been done in years. Yeah.
Some of us didn't get to go, so do you want to describe it to me?
Go on, Todd. I mean, I've already given my rough description. So, Todd, tell us what you thought of it.
I think it was a lovely space. It was very open, very green. They got their own bees,
Ooh.
which is quite cool. And as Paul said, they have all these big living columns that span like multiple floors, all watered by the rain.
Nice.
And they get to. I mean, some of the plants are beautiful. They got like big old monsteras in there. And when the gardeners trim them and cut them, then they can give them to the employees to take home and have which because monsteras aren't cheap either. So that's
No.
Says the gardener.
Yeah, this is where it turns into a very old person's kind of like, this is when we're discussing the price of plants.
I was going to say, should we start talking gardening?
Yeah, that's just it. We'll change this into
What time of year do we prune them?
I do not know.
Okay.
Houseplants are not really.
This is changing from a Salesforce podcast or Salesforce stream quickly into yet another.
So we switch back.
I mean, we can switch. We can go on regarding. I mean, if you've ever watched me and Pete stream, we know that it's about half of it's just
Tangents are.
yeah, tangents are the key. Yes. So, you both speaking today?
I'm not.
You're not. You're just here for the crack, as I believe it is.
I am here for the crack. I did submit. I got waitlisted,
Okay.
and then about an hour later, I got told, "No, sorry, we don't want it." So
It's always very, very competitive though. Like
it
there's always.
absolutely is. But there's some good talks on today, and I'm.
And Todd and I are also speaking. So.
I know.
But
Yeah, very good. So quick, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
the second cup of coffee. This is I'm on.
You're still buzzing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a good night last night then?
Yeah, no, it was a fairly sedate and quiet evening. It was because knowing that I was going to be streaming at sort of 7:45 in the morning,
Yeah.
I was none of us went crazy or wild. It was very, very well behaved.
So, can you tell me about the stream? I don't know. I knew
Sorry,
you
yeah,
were doing
so-
something here, but
Well, yeah. So sorry for with the Irish Dreamin organising team, we're just doing something to allow people who can't make it to come in. Obviously, as you well know from running London Schooling and helping out with London Schooling, is that the streaming things is a very costly and time sinking affair,
indeed.
especially for your first event.
Yeah. I mean, it's very exciting to see them pushing the boat out on their first event in these kinds of ways. I'm finding it really exciting to see what
it
they're
should
doing.
be. So what we're doing is so I just offered that we're doing a little stream for an hour. So if you see anyone around that you want to nudge this way, please do so
Okay.
before the thing. But yeah, we're just sort of chatting with people and letting people hear from
When
attendees.
I came up, I thought you were just sat here on your own because
Yeah.
you were still practicing your presentation.
No, I mean that's
That's what it looked like.
My-
Looked like you were talking to yourself.
listen. The me talking to myself thing is a different problem. It's anyone who knows me knows that I can have a conversation in a phone booth. It's with myself.
That's because you're Superman.
Yes.
Take the glasses off.
Take the
All that
glasses off.
person.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the secret? I've never gotten on.
Nah.
You don't wear glasses, so
I mean, for Paul, not for me. I'm
Oh,
definitely
okay.
not Superman. I'm more of a.
The thing is, if I take these off, you'll suddenly realise I'm Batman and not Clark Kent. Just having to rely upon people
wrong
like
superhero. Sorry.
it's all right. It's just, I mean, they all work somewhere on the line. But, yeah. So, what sessions are you looking forward to most today, then? Aside from mine and Todd's.
Well, I'm not going to lie. One of the ones I want to watch is something that's been at quite a few conferences, but I've never yet managed to
Okay.
actually get to, and that's Melissa Shepherd's Flow versus Apex
Okay.
SmackDown kind of
Okay.
thing. Because I think the more you get on in your career, the more you start to realise sometimes what you can do through declarative automation is not the right route, and
Yeah.
you kind of need to know that cut-over point because it's not clear anymore.
No.
So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to going and seeing that one, even though it's been everywhere.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we focus a lot on the right tool for the job constantly, but that line is or the choice is becoming hard to make sometimes. There's so much taking place, and I've not seen that talk, so I'll go along to that one. I want to see Pablo's one.
Yeah, I was
which
just
is
saying about that.
a chapter in his book, I guess. That's of interest to me.
Which is that one?
I can't
Modularity and
Oh,
clean Apex
that's
code.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I looked at that and wondered whether it might be over my head because I'm not a pure coder and I kind of understand concepts, but I'm never going to be sat writing the code.
I think if it's so I've read Pablo's book, and it is a great book. It isn't. There's a lot of code in it, obviously, for a code book. You'd hope so. but I wouldn't say it was too crazy. So I imagine, and like it'll be a talk where I imagine there'll be some examples and showing before and after. So I think it should be
It's
fairly.
getting those principles, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Understanding when to apply.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's going to be exciting. What else is on? I can't remember now.
What are you talking about?
I am talking about building your first VS Code or code builder extension.
Well, when we were ramping and vamping before you came up, Todd, as you took the longest route possible, and he looked up at me, and I was like, "Come up," and he was like, yeah, just wondered.
How do I get there? Yeah.
Well, I think he went to the lighthouse on his way. Like, but I was saying, like, one of the things that Pete and I keep on umming and ahhing about so we're writing a CLI plugin at the moment as part of our live streams.
Yeah.
We keep on talking about doing a code extension. So yeah, we're going to get you on to help us do that.
Oh, that would be
They're
exciting.
going to make you do the work, and then they'll take the credit.
I mean, that's okay. We should always say that when I code in public, don't critique the code. It's just the approaches to things and what can be done, right?
So you don't follow best practice when you're coding in public.
It's all demo code, right? I'm not allowed to code in production, right? That's
Well, no one's allowed to code in production.
also none of my code ever goes to production. It's all for that's the
Theoretical code. Well,
Yeah,
it's one of the things that we try and do on the live streams is like focus a lot on the fact that, you know, Peter and I have written a lot of Apex. I don't think I would be pushing the boat out to say that we are fairly experienced developers, but most of the time, you know, on a 2-hour stream, there's about 40 minutes of us talking absolute nonsense and tangents. There's about 25 minutes of us actually writing code, and then the rest of the time is us going, why is this not working? Or why is this working?
Yeah.
And what's that method meant to be again? And
But you know, I like the practical bits because that's the reality of life. You write something, it doesn't always work. You have to work out why it doesn't work. And knowing how to identify that is a brilliant skill.
it's
So watching you two do it.
Yeah, that understanding of knowing kind of if something's not working, knowing which routes to potentially go down to
I had to learn
these.
TypeScript live the other week to like try and.
No. Oh, so that you're doing the CLI plugin is in.
Yeah, we were doing that. We were writing a CLL plugin the other. We weren't intending on it being on. No, you can come in and join us.
Come and have a real Irish.
Yes, we'll have a
mic here, and there's something going on.
we'll have a real Irish.
Come round.
Come and join us.
Come round.
For people who are not able to see off camera, it's Paul Foley's joining us.
Yes,
now,
Paul,
which is-
come and join us in the middle. So.
Can we have a proper Irish hello to the people online?
Good morning. How are you?
It's not fake.
No, not me.
So, what we're doing, Paul, is good morning. Good to see you again. So, what we're doing is just having people from around the world come and join in, have a bit of the fun, enjoy being part of the Irish streaming experience, even if they can't physically be here for a bit. So, are you speaking today?
No, I'm not speaking today.
You're just here to enjoy.
Just here to enjoy it. The first Irish Dreamin. We got to come over for it.
Exactly. And so, what sessions are you looking forward to most?
I've left my notebook in the car.
Oh, what? The correct answer is always Todd's.
Yeah.
No one has to say that one.
From the
Paul's doing a good session too.
Um,
What are you
I
doing,
have
Paul?
both.
I've forgotten.
Soccer. Paul's doing a great session. What's he doing there?
No, you're doing the Soccer Cluedo.
Soccer Cluedo.
I'm
Yes.
looking forward to
Soccer
that.
Cluedo. So there is going to be.
How long did it take you to learn how to say that?
Soccer was fine for me to say. It's everyone else who I keep on like. So in America they don't call it Cluedo, they call it Clue.
Yeah.
And so there's been a big part of me that's been tempted to change it to Sockwool, but that
You can't say that.
No, I can't.
No.
So
I can't even spell sockle, never mind say it.
Sockwooldo rolls off the tongue a bit. So yeah, it's a murder mystery to learn Sockwool. So there is going to be a need for some audience participation. We will have people have to pretend to be certain people and stand up.
What are there characters in here like the Colonel Mustard type?
Yep. If you
Are you
enjoyed,
Miss Scarlet?
I am not Miss Scarlet. I do have a character though. Every character's name is a pun. There are lots of very bad puns.
This is what
Oh,
my
he's going to be happy.
Yeah, this is my territory.
Do you need to learn Soccer?
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you enjoy, I did a dry run of it with the Cambridge and Norfolk Super East group the other week, and I'd forgotten some of the jokes I'd written in there, and so there was a couple of brilliant moments. Like, oh yeah, there was that. Yeah. And they are, and I mean this with love, Todd, the kind of absolutely terrible jokes you will enjoy.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah,
You know,
They're,
Where do you rate your jokes?
oh, they're horrific, but I know my audience. Like, you know.
Do you mind if people borrow your jokes and take them to developer?
No.
No, they have to stay on the developer user group. They're coming nowhere near admins.
Oh, we've got Will though with his puns.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Puns on my jokes. This is a toss-up, isn't it?
Well, see how these go later on, and then you can decide. Well, one of the things I want to do is once that I've done the talk a couple of times, is kind of nail it down so that so other people can use it, because I think that there's. I think it's going to be good for more groups to do more interactive sessions that are less like
Sit
here's
down
the-
and listen,
Yeah.
actually get involved.
So if it goes well today, touch wood, and doesn't horrifically blow up, or if it does and then we learn how to do it better, hopefully we can then start to, for want of a phrase, package it up so that, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's some slides and 6 queries or whatever.
Well, maybe your global audience would be interested enough to get their local user group to get in touch.
Yep,
with you.
so user groups can use it. I have even got like a background idea where I quite like to make it into a game that you could install in an org.
Even better.
Yeah, but then that becomes one of those things about like getting graphics done and doing it and, you know, packaging, and packaging's the easy part. It's the
I can help with that. That's what my talk would have been.
what packaging.
Yeah, for admins.
Okay, well that'd be because it's that the distribution and packaging is the fine part. It's doing it at a level of. If you guys ever played like the old kind of point and click adventure games, like
Click. No, you should type commands.
I mean, yeah, I'm not like that far back, but I mean,
Okay.
like
I'm going
you
to
know,
do an Irish goodbye.
yeah. Sorry, Jill. We'll see you in a bit. Thank you. Thanks,
Yeah.
Paul. Yeah, more like with some decent decent 2D kind of images up there. But anyone who has seen my art skills know that there is a reason that I program and do not do art.
I mean, maybe that's a route you could take, that kind of 8-bit graphics, so it is like one of these
Yeah,
its
could
own
do.
style.
Well, I got some of the people we've got and some of the things you'll see in the Sokol one later on are some AI generated kind of graphics and images. But at the moment, AI is not consistent. So you ask it, that's perfect. Can you just change this one thing and you get a different face?
No.
And it's like, yeah.
And if you ask for a little bit of writing on that image,
Yeah.
it's not English. I don't know.
No, that's exciting. I had been toying with the idea of, so with our London developer group,
Yeah.
I was toying with the idea of playing some kind of regex golf tournament,
Oh,
which I've seen before.
Regex golf.
I was watching CSS Golf the other day.
Oh, I've not
How
seen
do you
that.
do golf?
So the idea is that you have a challenge and you have to do it in the shortest number of characters possible.
Yeah.
So there was a CSS Golf where they basically had an image that was 4 color bands of different sizes, and you had to reproduce it in CSS as quickly as you could.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yes, the CSS golf I think would be quite good. Yeah, the regex golf I thought was quite interesting. I mean, with those things, you're producing like the smallest amount of characters to do it.
Yeah.
That's not how you'd want to write code for yourself because
No.
it becomes unreadable.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd quite like you to put lots of characters in those comments that kind of explain to people what your code is doing when it's,
Yeah.
that's from a non-coder. Just put the
Yeah.
comments in.
I think if you're doing it into production, definitely. I think for the purpose of seeing if you
Your
can,
code,
if you seeing if you can beat Todd in how few set of characters you can do it.
Oh, you could beat me. My regex is appalling. It's like a black magic art.
Do
Right?
you know
Yeah.
what? There's a talk in that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, regular expressions are one of those
That'll
things that
be
you.
your next one. See if you can find a game out of Regex rather than, Cluedo with Sokol.
There's a really good book which is the Bastard's Guide to Regex,
I haven't.
which is it's a really really detailed, and I read it once and came away and was like, I feel like I'm on a superpower,
I need
and
to
then
look at
and then it all just filtered out of my brain, and so like now I'm like, how do I find this string again?
Yeah. Well, it's one of these things. If you don't use it,
Yeah,
then it disappears. And that's, I guess, the thing with like if you're just knocking out certs or trailhead badges and never actually
Yeah.
using these things, they can disappear quite quickly.
But it is something. So I'm looking at this from an admin perspective, and Regex for me was all about validating postcodes or something like that. And it is something though that if you get it right the first time, you do it once and you don't touch it again.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But understanding what each of those little letters means.
Yeah.
If you get it wrong, well, hey, no one can enter a postcode.
Yeah, true. Yeah. All these talk ideas coming through. It's exciting.
It's
Yeah,
very useful. I
this-
should
this-
talk with you more frequently.
Well, this is I mean, that'd be lovely in general. Yeah,
Some of us have had enough of talking.
Yeah,
to Paul,
I was
I'll be
saying-
honest with you.
Well, you know, because this is the admin developer divide. You see, I don't talk to Paul very often.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
You just don't. People just don't like talking to me very often. This is it. It's
That's
let-
nonsense.
30 seconds after saying hello to Todd last night, he insulted me.
Isn't that just
Was-
British humour?
I think it was, yeah.
It was literally like,
I mean, I was quick in. But
Yeah.
I knew that if I didn't get in first with the first vote,
I mean, yeah,
it would have come the other way.
not arguing it.
Like that first blow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
how we express love.
That is.
Yeah.
Right, so
Can you tell me about the stream you're doing today? Are you going to be travelling around the conference?
So we're gonna,
or are you based here?
we're doing this first bit now, so we're actually nearly at time, but we're going to keep on going until the keynote starts, and then we'll shut up.
Yeah.
And then throughout the day, going to go around and kind of stick the microphone in front of people, get a few people say hello.
We got it sat down in a corner, and so we know what's going on.
So we'll just be wandering around. So I'm going to try and say hello to a few of the exhibitors and things like that. And honestly, a lot of the stuff around it is just to try and make sure that at the end of today, or when I get back home next week, I can send the Irish Dreaming team a ton of videos that they can use for their next year's promotion. Because
And a ton of offshoots about living walls and when you prune your plants.
I mean, basically anything
Because we'll
that
have a gardening book coming out.
yeah, the entire, I'll be like anything that's got ton, it just snip.
Just chuck that in. That's the cutting room floor.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I live.
Yeah, so, I mean,
Generally, that's where your jokes live too.
let's be clear. People have had about 20 minutes of me just talking by myself here beforehand.
Oh,
Well, it's one of the interesting things we were saying, like, and as you all know from things like London Schooling, like everyone's, when we were chatting, it's like we're going to open the gates at 8. People will be piling in, and like I saw like sat up here as well. I saw like you wander in, look around, there's like no one's here, and walk back out, which is completely like the way to do it.
Yeah.
But it is
Scoping things out. Yeah.
yeah, it is. So
I waited a bit. I decided to arrive at about 20 past.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Make sure there's a few people there.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to rock up. I wanted to make sure that the gang were all good, and if they needed a hand, like moving chairs or something, then I'm
That's the difference between a conference organizer and a conference attendee. I thought I'll turn up and everything will be ready.
But it was all smooth sailing when I came in. So
I helped get rid of the table earlier on, so that was my contribution. Yeah. Not
You
just
did
a
it, I'm sure you did it very well.
what I did was I said they've asked for this table to be removed, and someone was like, "I'll deal with it," and I was like, "Thank you."
delegation. That's
Yeah.
Paul is an
It's
expert.
Skill. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, I will let you because I know
Yes,
you've got your breakfast.
well,
You want your breakfast.
I didn't want to eat it while sat there.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But no, thank you very much for coming and saying hello,
Absolutely.
Nice.
and I'm sure we'll have more like microphone moments later on.
It is.
Um,
I'll try to think of my jokes for when you come round and I can pull out a couple
He's
of.
going to get his notebook out and
He's-
start writing
he's
them
got
down
nothing
for
like-
later.
Todd's talk will just be a wash with like, I haven't prepared for this, but there's a ton of things for.
You know, his phone is full of failed jokes.
That doesn't
They're
surprise me.
not failed jokes. I
Yeah.
mean, we could
Work in progress.
we could have one like why did the asynchronous JavaScript method cross the road? Because he promised to.
There you go.
Yeah. Why is it recommended that you travel to Dreamforce by boat? Because they have a safe harbour.
Oh god.
I mean, we could go on.
That is.
We could go on.
And so on that note, I'm getting
Oh,
up. I'm going to go
we're
and eat
gonna-
my bacon sandwich.
We will have like a 2-hour session one day of just Todd giving us a.
No, please don't offer him a stand-up routine.
No, we shouldn't do that. Right, Paul,
There you
there
go.
you go.
If you see anyone else around, just send them up. Thank you both. Thank you. Cheers. So yes, that was Todd Halfpenny, who we've had on the podcast and had on a few things, who obviously helps out with London Schooling, is one of the organisers there, and Claire Jones, who is organiser of one of the London groups as well. Todd, just grab Leanne.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to have Leanne come and join us. So yeah, sorry, it's me grabbing people, trying to shout across a mezzanine floor. So no, Emily can join us in a minute. We have. It's all right. Yeah, Leanne's just. Say again? No, you're good. You're good. So there we go.
Oh my.
Hello, Leanne.
Hello.
So this is Leanne Botright. Leanne runs the. You run the Norfolk user group.
Norwich user group.
Norwich user group.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Inspire East.
And Inspire East. So thank you for joining us. So we are obviously streaming to people so they can join us from wherever if they can't make it to Dublin. So tell us about why you've come to Irish Dreaming, what you're looking forward to.
Yeah, so obviously want to come and support this amazing event in its first year. The tracks look brilliant. The speakers that are here as well, all very, very interesting. And I've never been to Ireland before.
No.
So this is a first time for me. I had my first pint of Guinness
Yes.
yesterday. It was amazing. I didn't think it would be for me, but
No.
yes.
It's
yeah.
I think if you're going to do it, like doing it in Dublin is the place to do it.
This is what I've been told.
Yeah.
I will not like it anywhere else. It has to
Yeah.
be here. So yeah.
Oh, very nice. And so, any particular sessions you're planning on going to, or things you'd like to do?
I think the one for that Kay is hosting. Obviously, it's close to my heart for the BAs. We were just finessing our agendas over there.
Yep.
I'm not 100. It's tough. It's tough to choose.
It's also that thing of I find at these events as well, like you kind of a Saturday and you're like, all right, I'm going to go see these 10, and then suddenly you'll start talking to someone and like you'll miss
What about this?
3 in a row or something like that because you'll just be like, oh yeah, stood having a chat with someone. So
it's hard to find because you need a little break in the middle as well to digest all of the information that you've just taken on board. But I can't find a break in this agenda where I can go and digest anything.
The other thing I've always one of the benefits and dangers of so we're in a hotel obviously and a bunch of us are staying in the hotel, and one of the dangers is always sort of like, I know that I'll finish doing my talk and be like, right, I'm going to get rid of some of my baggage and things like that, and then there's always that moment where you're like, I could just sit and have a quiet 10 minutes in like the hotel. I've done it before, like at a conference which was like in fact a Viva conference years ago, where I was like, I'm just going to go and have like half an hour, and I just zoned out and slept for an hour, just easy to do, where it's just a very busy day.
Yeah, I have not seen a quiet corner yet either.
I mean, this is the quietest corner we can find. You should have seen myself and Jorgen, one of the organisers, yesterday, like wandering around, genuinely just being like, he was down there talking, and me walking around with a microphone to try and find where was the least amount of room.
Yes, I did meet him this morning. We went for the 5K run
along
the front here. Yeah, that was very nice.
Come and join us, Emily. So I mean, that's very impressive that you were up. Like, I was not up for a 5K. We have Emily joining us, so
come on in.
Over. Emily, Emily, people will know Emily because Emily has been on one of the live streams before.
I have, yes.
Back in December, so welcome back.
Thank you.
So we were just saying, like, what anything in particular you're looking forward to today, or?
Yeah, I'm going to try and go to there's a data quality session that I really want to go to. I think that's really topical right now.
Yeah.
Asian course, all the things that are coming in around data cloud, getting our data straight. And the other thing I want to look at some architect sessions. I think there's a workshop later on this afternoon I'm going to go take a look at. So those are my key things. And then I think there's Kay's doing one on the AI discovery, or AI powered discovery. So those are my hit lists, and then see what else.
Yeah, it's always difficult, isn't it? Just to narrow. We're just saying, like, to narrow it down is always hard.
Yeah, there's so much that I want to see, and it's just really great to come and support these guys.
Yeah.
So is this your first dreaming event? Second? Well, you Inspire East.
Did Inspire East. London's Calling. I've done quite a few times before. But yeah, it's my first one that's not in England.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it's really great to come and support them.
Yeah, especially for the first events.
Like,
absolutely.
And I think the last few events both of us have done, we've been speaking at or organising. And we said yesterday, it's really nice to just come and attend and get amongst it.
Really great to just enjoy the atmosphere, catch up with our colleagues, just see people we haven't seen since the last event.
Get to meet new people. Yeah, it's what these things. Why have we got our thumbs down? What's happening? It's all right. No, that wasn't someone reacting. That's just the iPhone. I think like if we do that, it'll do like it's the Apple one. There we go. Yeah. Anyway,
actually, I forgot your session, Paul.
Yes, mine's at some point.
Yes.
So
I think it's at 1:50.
I'm glad that someone there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a sneak preview.
Yeah, we did.
You did, yes. So I was just we were talking to Todd and Claire here a second ago.
Yes.
We're just talking to them about it and saying, that it was good to go through and do the dry run to iron out a few things, and it should be a fun session.
Yes.
I'm excited about it. Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
We're
Yeah.
going to come and cheer you on.
Thank you. Yes. Well, yeah, and
No heckling.
well, more importantly, like the problem with like yourself and Todd and Claire coming is that like if I'm there, like who wants to be one of the volunteers, you are just people I'm going to choose.
Yeah, and we're fully on board with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You say that now, you don't know what I'm going to ask you to do.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All of these, basically you're going to have to get your inner thespian out.
Oh. I don't mind making a fool of myself.
Yeah, having another coffee and we'll
We'll
be
be there.
We'll be
That's
there.
fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get you just playing all the different roles over the years. Yeah. But no, thank you very much. I'll let you go and get some stuff because I
Yes.
think I'm going to wrap this up as we're already
I
10
think
minutes over
we
time.
are ready for the
Yes, I can see
for it all to kick off.
people starting on the keynote. So
Yeah.
thank you very much, everyone, for joining. I hope you've enjoyed watching along and getting to be part of the Irish Dreamin experience, even without being here. Again, if you're not already following on LinkedIn or YouTube, please make sure to subscribe. Give this a like if you've enjoyed this. Throughout the day on LinkedIn, we're going around talking to people, posting some little quick videos and quick images. So remember to follow that. Thank you again to Leanne and Emily for joining us. And yeah, we will see you all on the next one. Thanks, everyone. Bye.